Well, shalom, shalom. I'm Barbara, and I'm always short and sweet. Well, Saturnalia. It is a festival for the Roman god Saturn. 'Tis the Saturnalia season. The Roman celebration of Saturnalia was held for several days in mid-December to celebrate the passing of seasons, with its roots in the worship of the agricultural god Saturn. Saturn was syncretized with the Greek Kronos as the Romans came to control Greece, becoming increasingly invested in their gods. So Saturn is often depicted as an older bearded man holding a scythe, an acknowledgement of his agrarian roots. December 17th to December 23rd. From the late Republican period, the last 100 years or so BCE, the midwinter celebration officially grew from 3 days to 5 in the Principate, December 17th to December 23rd. The revelries of Saturnalia took place among the Romans. Gaming, dancing, song, and drinking were all part of the celebration of Saturnalia. It was also involved in decorating homes with greenery and wearing bright and colorful clothing. The holiday was named after Saturn. In the Temple of Saturn in Rome stood prominently in the Forum and is evidenced to this day by 8 impressive columns and a partial podium. It is still there, the Temple of Saturn. What remains of it are Saturnalia. Saturn's great festival, the Saturnalia, became the most popular of Roman festivals, and its influence is still felt in the celebration of Christmas and the Western world's New Year. The Saturnalia was originally celebrated on December 17th, but it was later extended to 7 days. It was the merriest festival of the year. And here's a definition from Webster Dictionary, Saturnalia, and it says the festival of Saturn in ancient Rome beginning on December 17. Well, I want you to look at 2. It says an unrestrained, often licentious celebration or orgy. So these various ancient Roman celebrations of Saturnalia honored this most bloodthirsty god, Saturn. He was also frequently shown holding babies, and he required child sacrifice. And ancient sources tell us that actual child sacrifices to Saturn was pretty common. The ancients believed that by appeasing the gods, things would go well for them. And giving up one's own child, which was highly valued, would bring about the best possible result. The better the sacrifice, the better the result. And this kind of primitive superstitious thinking runs throughout the ancient world. Western cultures today derive many of their traditional celebrations of midwinter from Saturnalia. The Christian holiday of Christmas, especially, owes many of its traditions to the ancient Roman festival, including the time of year Christmas is celebrated. Is the world honoring the Roman god Saturn by keeping Christmas, Saturnalia? The Catholic Church replaced Saturnalia with Christmas. Centuries ago, there were pagan feast days in December, so the Christians decided to celebrate the birth of Jesus on the 25th to adopt and absorb the pagan Saturnalia celebrations. The Christian celebration of the birth of Jesus, Christ's Mass, has remained as we no longer celebrate Saturnalia. Well, Pope Julius I chose December 25 in 336 AD as the date when Christmas was first celebrated in an effort to adapt and absorb the traditions of the pagan Saturnalia festival, first called the Feast of the Nativity. The custom spread to Egypt by 432 and to England by the end of the 6th century. and some have speculated that part of the reason this date was chosen may have been because Julius was trying to create a Christian alternative to Saturnalia. Well, in Chester, England, this city still celebrates Saturnalia in our day and age. Chester, England celebrates a Roman festival called Saturnalia every December, featuring parades with Roman soldiers, torchlight, and a lord of misrule. December brings festivities to many of England's cities, but for one, it is a chance to rejoice in more than one set of 2,000-year-old celebrations. Every year, a week or so before Christmas, Chester streets are filled with the same sights, sounds, and smells that they have marked Saturnalia in the city since its days as the Roman city of Diva Victrix, and that's the original city that Chester was named after. The festival, which English Heritage said honored Saturn, the Roman god of farming and harvest, was one of the ancient empire's most popular celebrations. Well, remember what Yah says in Exodus 20:1-3, that there should not be any other gods? And Yahweh spoke all these words, saying, I am Yah, thy Elohim, which have brought thee out of the land of Egypt, out of the house of bondage. You shall have no other gods before me. So Hosea 4:6 says, my people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. So please like if this is a blessing to you and share it with your friends that love Yeshua. And I'll leave all these links below for you too. So remember, Revelation 18:4 says, and I heard another voice from heaven saying, come out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers of her sins, and that ye receive not of her plagues. And remember, I'm short and sweet, and I'll see you next time, Yah willing.